Welcome to Punctuation for Court Reporters, video number 58, the top 3 capitalization rules. I'm Ken Wick. Let's get started. So about 11% of court reporting punctuation questions concern capitalization. See video number 48. So I have 5 videos on capitalization, so if you want a thorough review, please go to videos 26 through 30. But in this video, I'm just going to cover the top 3 capitalization rules. And I believe I dig down a little bit deeper into one of the main rules that where all the questions, or where most of the questions arise. So capitalization rule number 1. First, let me define a proper noun. A proper noun is the official name of a particular person, place, or thing. So it's the full and complete name, or the official name. That's a proper noun. So rule number 50 says capitalize proper nouns and adjectives derived from proper nouns. A short form, this is usually where all the questions come, or one of the areas, is capitalized whenever it represents the complete name. So just some examples: William Shakespeare capitalized a Shakespearean sonnet, so this is an adjective derived from a proper noun. So this is uppercase, this is lowercase. Place, Japan, Japanese dumplings. So once again, this is an adjective derived from a proper noun. This is capitalized. Dumplings is not. Rocky Mountains. And the short form, Rockies, because Rockies stands for the Rocky Mountains. And a thing, Golden Gate Bridge, London Underground, and the Underground. So Underground is a short form for the London Underground, so you would capitalize it because it represents the complete name. So there's a question came up recently, so who knows what recently is. If you watch this video months from now, it won't be recent, but it's been a question about would you capitalize states? Is it lower or uppercase states when referring to the United States of America? Well, I say it's the short form is representing the entire proper noun United States of America. So yes, you would. So capitalization rule number 2, it's a long one. This is the one we're going to dig into. Capitalize the complete name of an organization, union, association, foundation, society, club, company, business, school, college, government body, that's international, national, state, county, and city, and their subdivisions, that's boards, committees, and so on. Do not capitalize a short form. However, a short form for national or international government organization may be capitalized. So that's sort of a mouthful. We are going to break this apart. So if that seems daunting, we're now going to dig down into it. And the questions usually regard short forms. Do I capitalize a short form? Because hardly anyone asks a question about capitalizing the actual name of a business or union or government body. It's usually the short form. So digging down, so what about the short form of an organization, company, or business? Well, let's go through the different style guides. The LMAG says short forms are not capitalized. That's what it says. The Greg's Reference Manual says short form capitalization is unnecessary in most cases. And the BGGP, I didn't find anything. I have no information. Rather, it's there and I didn't find it. I've looked, I didn't find it. Maybe someone can put it in the comments if they find it, but I found no information. So the reason this is confusing, or the reason confusion arises about short forms, is that they're often capitalized in documents produced by the organization, company, or business. So what happens is that normally by rule you would not capitalize it, but you will find the short form capitalized in the documents by the business or company. This is where the confusion arises. So I recommend you follow CMOS. That's the Chicago Manual of Style. And this is effectively maybe what I see the responses on the Facebook groups is basically uh, CMOS would have you capitalize a short form when it represents the complete name and distinction or emphasis is needed. So it adds this. So it has to represent it and you need distinction or emphasis. But I should just go back. If you want to follow your style manual to the letter, this is it. LMEG is don't, and Greg's reference manual is often not needed. And the Chicago manual style is a little different. It's more permissive. So what about the short form of a government body? Well, both the LMEG and the GRM say state and local and state governments bodies are not capitalized in the short form. And LMIG says a national or international government body may be capitalized. But the Greg's reference manual says national and international government bodies are capitalized. So a difference there. So they both agree on the local and state, not. But when you get to the national and international, it's yes for the Greg's reference manual, and they may be. The BGGP says you capitalize federal government, state, county, city when they are parties to the lawsuit, and capitalize the lawmaking bodies, Congress, Senate, and House. There might be some other rules in the BGGP, but this is the main thrust, or probably the main rules or applications that you're going to see. Now, the Chicago manual style basically is the same as the business one. Is that you capitalize it when it represents the full name, and you need distinction or emphasis. And then so that's the rules for business and organizations. So if I was going to go back, but I can't do it real quick. But it also says national government bodies are often capitalized. So this is what you see, the BGGP, the Congress, Senate, House, they're often capitalized. So basically, our going to follow means CMOS, which is the same thing. So once again, represents the full name, and you need emphasis or distinction. But if you want to stick to the letter of your style guide, here are the rules for the government bodies. So capitalization rule number 3, or the top third, the top rule, or the third top rule. There's a discussion in Rule 17, which is for numbered references, that basically says a noun followed by a number or letter indicating a sequence is generally capitalized. So there's a question always arises with these numbered references is, do I capitalize this noun or not? So what you find if you go into the references is that you capitalize act, book, chapter, exhibit, figure, part, section, and volume, but you do not capitalize line, note, page, sentence, or verse. Okay, so that's what it is. So it's sort of how I try to memorize it is that anything above the page level is capitalized, except for figures and exhibits appear on the page. And then anything that's sort of what I call page level or below, page, line, sentence, verse, note, they're all lowercase. Now, it's not exactly, true, but it gets me pretty close most of the time. That's how I memorize it. So, an example would be the letter in question is Exhibit A, page 4. So here we know that from this exhibit is capitalized, but page is not. So that's how you'd write that. And between numbered references, you always put a comma if they appear. I mean, if you say the letter in question is in Exhibit A, then of course you don't need a comma. You just end it. Once again, another example: Mr. Smith's testimony starts on page 5, line 10 of the deposition. So we look up here, page and line are not capitalized, so we do not capitalize them. and we put commas of, to separate the numbered references. So just to let you know, the Chicago Manual Style uses lowercase for basically everything. So it would use, chapter, part, these are all lowercase. However, the style guides of the Associated Press and the APA, I'm blanking on what that means, but it capitalizes the nouns. So sort of depending on what rule book you go to, this represents up here, this represents Greg. CMOS, so it's almost like Greg is a mix, CMOS is all lowercase, and these two tend to capitalize almost every noun. So it's really a mixed bag if you don't know. But if you want to follow the Greg's reference manual, which is, that's what LMEG is following, this is what you'd capitalize and what you would do lowercase. So that's it. I ask you to subscribe to my videos. If you like the video, please hit like. And check out my videos and books. Thank you.